Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today I have another anniversary review. And this is the first time I'm doing an album that was released in 2020, so it's going to be a one-year review. The album is AC/DC Power Up, released on November 13th, 2020. Now, why am I doing a review of this? It was a really big album for me. I actually did a review of this last year, and my video of that old one last year had over like 1,000 views, and not many of my reviews have hit the 1,000 mark, and that is one of them. So for that reason, I'm doing a follow-up on this album. I want to talk about how it sounds to me after 1 year. I'm going to talk about my favorite songs when it first came out and my favorite songs now. So AC/DC is one of those bands I've been listening to for a long time. First time I heard the band was back in 1980, listening to Back in Black. I was 9 years old when that came out. That same year, Dirty Deeds was released in the States, the international versions of that. That came out, I think, around 1980 as well. And, I was 9 years old. I used to listen to that with my brother. I really liked that album a lot. We used to laugh at the song Big Balls, it was funny. And over the years, I never stopped listening to AC/DC. Even when I started to learn how to play the guitar, I used to try to learn lots of AC/DC songs. Now, the songs were not necessarily easy to play, but they were like straightforward hard rock songs. So AC/DC is a really good band for a guitar player. You get to learn the basic chords and, just like basic soloing and, things like that. So basically last year the album came out. I was really excited for the release. It was also about a month and a half since I started this YouTube channel, like when it did come out. So I did prepare for the event. I remember I did lots of different like AC/DC related videos, like in anticipation of the new album. So I have all these on my channel. There's like a playlist. You can like look that up. I remember the first single came out was called Shot in the Dark, and that came out about a month before the release of this album. I even remember like waiting for the premiere of the music video on YouTube, and I remember I think like it premiered at like 8 in the morning, and then I tried to like watch it, but I think like the YouTube was like so saturated I couldn't watch it the first time, but then I watched like the second viewing. So I was like really excited about this. That song, I like it. It's not one of my favorites. It wasn't one of my favorites back then, not one of my favorites now, but it's a good song. They released Realize, I think a couple days before the release of the album. Another decent song. Again, not one of my favorites, but I will be talking about the ones that I did like. So, what were my favorite songs when the album first came out? So, my number one favorite song when the album first came out was Demon Fire. I really like that like heavy, like start-stop guitar riff. The way Brian Johnson, he sang in like a deep voice, kind of did like a ZZ Top kind of a thing. And it was that guitar riff that made me really like the song the best. And I also liked that it was one of like the faster paced songs. My second favorite song was Kick You When You're Down. Something about that song, it has such a really cool groove to it. I really liked the main guitar riff, and it really had some real like cool old school sound. I also liked the heavy bass sound of that song. And my third favorite song was Wild Reputation. So I really liked the guitar riff in that one. One of those songs reminded me of maybe like AC/DC from their later period, maybe something from an album like Ball Breaker or Step Upper Lift. I also like, the backing vocals and like the lower range vocals by Brian Johnson. So now, a year later, what are my favorite songs right now? So my favorite song is Through the Mists of Time. So at the time of the release, I didn't really know it, but the song was a tribute to Malcolm Young, who had passed away in 2017. Kind of one of the slower songs, maybe you could even call it somewhat of a ballad. It's a very heartfelt song, so much melody in the guitar riffs. And I really like it. It's just one of those songs that's like super catchy, and it just, really great lyrics. So for that reason, that's my favorite song 1 year later. My second favorite song is Kick You When You're Down, and that's the only song that will repeat from the original like top three. I don't know what it's about. It just has a very like fun and enjoyable vibe to it. My third favorite song is Witch's Spell. So I like the one because it has a very like old school vibe to it. The chorus is very memorable, and the kind of song that could have been on like an album, maybe like For Those About to Rock. Had that like old school like that 80s sound to it. So I really like Witch's Spell. I think that's one of the songs that has grown on me, over this like past year. And for that reason, it's in my current top 3. So in conclusion, I definitely think the album has aged very well. I remember when it was released, a lot of people were saying, they just released the same album, they're still doing the same thing, it's the same songs. And you know what? AC/DC, that's kind of like what they do, that's their style. I am somebody, and I have been listening to this band for the past 40 years, and, I will always welcome a new AC/DC album. I really hope they put out another one, or maybe another 2 or 3 over the years. Since it released, I have gotten it on vinyl, and I probably showed this in other videos, but here it is. And, I don't have a really big vinyl collection. It's probably one of the albums that probably gets the most spins from me. I did listen to it again the other day, and I still enjoy it very much. So, really great gatefold. And here's the back cover. The songs, I'm going to talk about those in a second. And this is just a black vinyl. I don't know if there were any color variants. If there were color variants, let me know in the comments. But so that's it. So basically with the songs, I probably enjoy side B better as a whole. Now, even though my favorite songs that I just mentioned, Through the Mist of Time, Kick You When You're Down, and Witch's Spell, those are all on side A. But the first 3 songs are probably my least favorite, which would be Realize, Rejection, and Shot in the Dark. And then side B, it starts with Demon Fart. That was the one that used to be my favorite, but it's not anymore. But these songs right here, these are all awesome. Wild Reputation, No Man's Land, Systems Down, Money Shot, and Code Red. This stretch of songs right here, I mean, these are all killer. So that's probably why I enjoy side B as a whole better, but my 3 favorites are like tracks 4, 5, and 6 on side A. I also have some other AC/DC stuff. Here's a Funko, Back in Black. I have a Highway to Hell up there. And here's another Highway to Hell pillow. Somebody near me mixed these. So that's it. Tomorrow I'm doing a review of Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. Over the weekend we got some new releases. Exodus, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. And there's a doom metal band that I've never heard, but a lot of the other metal channels are talking about this band called, I think, Chemist. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but I'll probably give it a listen. I might review it. Stick around. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe. And I will link the original video I did last year of my original Power Up album review right there. And I'll see you all in the next one.